It is Thursday. It is time for a sweet tea review. My name is Matthew Geisel. This is my first sweet tea review for YouTube. I'm just a Southern Texan who loves sweet tea, who's on a journey to find the best sweet tea. Throughout this journey, I'm going to review sweet teas from your typical fast food chains like McDonald's or Chick-fil-A, from convenience store teas like Pure Leaf or Gold Peak, to your gallon of teas you can find at the store. And if you can stick with me long enough on this journey, once I run out of sweet teas here in America, I'm going to have sweet teas shipped to me from other countries because I want to find the best sweet tea ever. So this is my plan. Dope or gnaw? Dope means I love the sweet tea and I'll drink it again. Gnaw means never again, and I don't suggest it or recommend it to anybody. So this makes it nice and easy. Gives another concept to review. I'm just going to dope it out for you. I will give a rating, but the dope or gnaw makes it simple for anyone who wants to try the sweet teas after I try it. So with that, we've got the McDonald's sweet tea. First uno sweet tea of the sweet tea reviews. Had to go with the simple McDonald's. Now, McDonald's is a place that I've gone to in the past for sweet tea. It's usually a go-to. McDonald's is usually my go-to because no matter if it's a good day or a bad day, it's always the same. So I have a pretty good idea going into this of how it's going to taste and how it's going to be. Here is the McDonald's sweet tea. Now I have several different taste tests. I like to drink with the lid off, and I also like to use a straw. Why? Because sometimes there is a difference in taste. When you drink with the straw, sometimes it's not very cold. And I personally like my sweet tea cold, so I like the ice. I like drinking from the top because there's a lot more ice at the top. It's a lot colder at the top. But sometimes at the top it's not as sweet. If you drink at the straw, you're going to get all the sugar. Unless it's stirred really well, then there's going to be a good mix. So I will address if these fast food restaurants are stirring their tea, if they're putting enough sugar, if they're putting enough ice. I will address all these things in the review. So here we go. I'm going to put my straw in. We're going to do a straw test first. McDonald's typically in the past have dumped sugar in here and just haven't stirred it, and I'd just be tasting lots of sugar in the straw, but we'll give it a shot. Okay. Wow. All right. I'm going to drink out the top now. Okay. Yeah, I will say this. That McDonald's tea slapped. I'm not going to lie. Both taste tests fit my taste buds. Now maybe you're like, McDonald's, I'm never going to go to McDonald's. Why am I going to go to McDonald's? I don't go to McDonald's for their food typically. I usually go to their food just because their sweet tea is only $1. Truthfully, that's why I go to McDonald's a lot. Because their sweet tea is only $1. And for $1, this sweet tea is really good. Let me tell you why. Typically, I have had this problem with McDonald's. Not today. They would dump a lot of sugar. It's going to be super sweet. And I don't care if it's over sweet. I personally like that. I'll be honest with you. I like my sweet tea really sweet. McDonald's does a good job at that. They dump the sugar in and it's super sweet. However, oftentimes when I drink out of the straw, you can tell it's not stirred and I'm getting nothing but sugar. I'm not getting any tea. I'm just getting nothing but sugar. This time in particular, there's still a little cloud of sugar, but it's not overwhelming. Like it's to the point to where, okay, I'm getting that sweetness that I want. I can still taste the texture of the tea. Also, the color. I can't really show you the color anymore. Or it's going to spill. Oh, it spilled all over me. Okay, well, I'll leave that in. I should have learned my lesson. I've done this on Snapchat before, and it's just... All right, well, you're just gonna take my word for it. I could move the thing, but then that's gonna get all the focus out of the position. So I'm just gonna tell you the color of the tea. The color, it's a light brown. It's the way it should be. Obviously, you can't really see the color from the side, which makes it difficult to really tell you the color. But from the top, there's kind of a a lightish tone to it. And I personally like a lightish tone tea. I mean, I want the darkness of the tea within the tea, but when I look on the top, I like to see that light brown. And then it gets darker as you look down. If that made any sense whatsoever, probably not. But that is my preference of color. So I give the color probably a solid 8. All right, so that's not the rating of the overall tea, just kind of helped me kind of give it a better rating. So I give the color about an 8. The sweetness is something I'm also going to rate, and then I'm also going to rate the tea itself. The sweetness, I'm going to give McDonald's a 10. I think McDonald's loads their thing with sugar, and you can taste it. And it's probably one of the best tasting teas for its sugar. So they do a great job at loading their sweet tea with sugar. So I give the sweet rating a 10, the color rating an 8, and then now the actual tea itself. Now this is where the purpose of me drinking out of the cup comes from, because typically all the sugar is at the bottom. Drink out of the cup, you're not getting as much sugar, you're getting more tea, more ice. I personally like my tea cold, so I like the ice. I actually like drinking out of the cup because the sugar's not always overwhelming and you actually get to enjoy the tea without a cloud of sugar, which some places will mistakenly do. Based off of my initial judgment, I think this tea is actually really good. It's kind of light. It's not too thick. It's not too overwhelming. I do think they overload it more with sugar. I think the sugar does overpower the tea just a little bit. But if you drink it out of the cup, then you get a good amount of tea, and then you can taste the tea, and it's not overwhelming. It's not overpowering. It's light. It's not too thick. Like I said, it's got the good color. One thing I like about McDonald's is I have never really found their sweet tea to ever come out sour. Some fast food restaurants, their tea is sour, and that completely butchers my review. And I'm going to have to give them a bad rating for having a sour sweet tea. McDonald's, I have not ever had a sour sweet tea. Maybe you have. If you've had a sour sweet tea, comment down below. If you tried the McDonald's sweet tea, comment down below. Tell me what you think. That's another thing. I would like to interact with y'all. What I say is not facts. What I say is not absolute. What I say is personal opinion. I am not no expert. However, there is a video where someone calls me a sweet tea expert. Roll that clip. I'm having a conversation with Megan now, and she's got me going. She's got me going on a rant with sweet tea. I could talk about sweet tea all day long. She called me a sweet tea expert. Y'all hear that? But I am truly not an expert. I'm more of an amateur who just loves sweet tea. So if you've come to a sweet tea review for someone just like you probably that just wants to find the best sweet tea, you've come to the right place. I'm going to give this tea, the tea itself, a 7. I'm going to wait for the lawnmower dude to pass me up. All right, so I gave the tea itself at 7. They would get my shot. Hopefully, I've got a mic on. Hopefully they don't catch it. I'm going to give the individual tea rating a 7. But overall, from a 7 to an 8 to a 10, I'm going to give McDonald's an 8.6. 8.6 for McDonald's. Now this is my favorite part of the review, when I dope or gnaw it. Dope means I would drink it again. Gnaw means no, and I don't recommend you drink it. So, is McDonald's worthy of my dope? McDonald's gets the dope right there. Dope it is. McDonald's first sweet tea for the sweet tea reviews. McDonald's gets a dope in 8.6, 8.7. I'll have to work that out. That is actually really good for a first sweet tea. I'm looking forward to doing more sweet teas. If you like this video, leave a like. If you got something you want me to try, comment that. If there's anything you thought about the tea that I didn't add, comment that. Thank y'all so much for watching. I'm looking forward to doing more. I'll see you next time.